Hi guys, I'm with Introversion Software and this is Mark Morris and here with the game Prison Architect. Now you might have known this is quite a popular indie game, so how long has this game been in development? 'Cause it's been quite a while now, hasn't it?
It has been a while. I think it's been about 2 years. We've definitely been in alpha for about a year, so it's been available to play to the public for a year. I think before that we were probably working on it for about another year before we decided it was ready to do something with.
Biggest question, why prisons? Why Prison Architect? What made you think this is what I want to do?
Yeah, it's a good question. Well, we were working on a game beforehand called Subversion, which was all about hacking a city really, so we could procedurally generate cities, and the idea was the player would go in and do things like a diamond heist or rob a bank, or break someone out of prison. There's a clue, right? And we'd been working on Subversion for a long time and we just couldn't quite make it work, right? And we were working on the prison level where we were constructing this prison and trying to design a level that a player in Subversion would break somebody out of. And we actually thought building this prison is actually quite a lot of fun. And this was also at the time that Minecraft was sort of having its really huge success and was very popular. And that gave us the idea about building games being a genre that we'd forgotten about. The Theme Hospital, Dwarf Fortress, they're all around, but we'd kind of just forgotten they existed really. And at the same time, Chris, the designer of PA, had gone on holiday to Alcatraz. Well, not on holiday to Alcatraz, on holiday to San Francisco, but had taken a trip to Alcatraz and was looking around, and he was seeing all of the systems that were making that prison work. So all of the old, you could pull one lever and all the doors would open and close, and he was really interested in that kind of systematic generation of environments. That's what had led to Subversion. And so we now had systematic generation of prisons that we'd been using, and suddenly the idea of Prison Architect was born in a spark.
So what happened to Subversion?
It's canned, right? We're not doing any more work on it. We worked on it for, I think the first line of code was written in about 2001. And the problem with that was there was a lot of technology, there was a great environment, we made it look very good to the outside world, but it was never ever fun to play. We never could let anybody play Subversion because there was never anything for them to do at all. And that's kind of one of the things that we've learned about game development, is that it really does need to be fun right from the beginning. Don't think at the end I'll put some fun into this. And the difference with PA was that within about a week we had a PA game that was fun to play. There was no artwork or anything like that, but you drew out the cells on a grid based, and little red dots would come in who'd be the prisoners, and they'd all rush in, and at lunchtime they'd all rush to the canteen, all really simple Spectrum graphics, if you like. But the core of the game was fun even at that point, and that's how we can build on this, because everything we do, we can just make sure that next step is fun, that next step's enjoyable, and ultimately you'll have a great game.
Now eventually you've got this amazing game, you've not got sprites appearing as your heads anymore, which is a great little...
Maybe we will, we're certainly not finished. There's certainly a lot of bugs that keep cropping up.
I do enjoy playing it. I was talking to you before and I was saying, do you actually play your game a lot, or do you just sit and watch TV?
Yeah, well, I don't just sit and watch TV, but actually I would be lying if I said I played any of our games a huge amount. It's funny, my job, I'm a producer, so what that means is that I make sure that Chris has all the resources that he needs to make Prison Architect the game that he wants to make. But equally, if he starts having some really kind of crazy radical ideas and going off into a real kind of rabbit hole or something, I'll try and pull him back from that. So a lot of my work on PA is spent kind of looking at the plans that Chris has got, thinking about the ideas, making sure that he's got the right team of people in there supporting him, making sure that we've got enough money to keep the company going to enable him. So it's entirely his vision. I just I'm the foil that he bounces ideas off of, and I give him advice, he takes it sometimes, he doesn't take it another time, those sorts of things. But actually in terms of playing it, I don't play it as often as I probably should, really.
So you just say that when you make the gameplay videos with the updates and everything, is that the most you see of the game on a general basis?
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. I mean, when he's revealing those features, which is why the gameplay videos work quite well, often my reaction is genuine. I've genuinely not seen this function or that. Now I do go up and I see Chris about once, well, we see each other more than that, but at least once a month I'm up there with him deliberately looking at Prison Architect, so I do have a feel for what's going on. And if he ever said to me, mate, I want you specifically to look at this feature and let me know what you think, then I would, and I'd play it and I would give him some feedback. But he never does. So I don't really. It's strange. I enjoy our games, but I don't really play them a huge amount.
Now is the last day of Eurogamer. Are you excited, sad, or a bit of both for the end?
Oh, I'm definitely not excited that it's the end. I'm not sad either. 4 days is quite a long time. I've only been here for 2 days, but that's quite a long time. The thing about Eurogamer, before Eurogamer and Rezzed were live in the UK, we didn't really have the opportunity to meet gamers en masse in this fashion. Of course, there's PAX in the States, and we went to those sometimes. But there's so much energy in the gaming community, and it's so great to be here. I often come in a little bit late. The guys think it's because I'm lazy. It's not. It's because I like coming in with the fans, because I love the energy of them all rushing off to play the games and the rest of it. And when you're making games, you can be a little bit insulated from that, or just sort of get a feel for what people are writing, what they're saying. But actually being here, looking at people running around in the costumes, you remind yourself what a difference you make as an entertainer in people's lives, and that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So I always look forward to these events.
And a final question. If you were an animal cracker, what animal cracker would that be?
I would be a big gorilla, a big mountain gorilla.
Is there any reason for that at all?
I would just like to be a gorilla.
That is quite a big career aspiration. I think I'd want to be a gorilla.
What would you be?
I don't know. I was thinking more of like a gecko, because then you could kind of just blend into the background, even though you're a biscuit.
Like the whole kind of leg lifting when it gets a bit too hot.
Yeah. I think I do that anyway. When it's a bit too hot, you have to like raise a cheek or something. Just to get a bit of air into the area.
Gorillas eat geckos, I think.
See you later. Thank you very much.
Yeah, cheerio.
This has been Mark Morris at Prison Architect stand, and thank you very much.